welcome to Inkquiring Minds. My name is Doug and I'm back with another Pen Resurrection Sunday video. This one's going to be a bit of a retrospective. It's not a pen that is really vintage, I'm not sure. 1990s? Let's see, let's count up the decades. Let's say it's 1995. 2005, 2015, 2025. Oh my god, it's 30 years old. Okay, it is a vintage pen. And this video has some vintage elements to it as well because I first reviewed this fountain pen when I received it back in 2021. I'm going to insert a little video here where I explain the story of how I received this from Enigma Bill. It was my first and only Waterman. That was until I posted my review of the Koren and was contacted by a viewer with the following cryptic message. I responded with, and my address, and I was met with silence. Oh well, thought I, and I promptly forgot about it. Then a couple of weeks later, I received an email from, I shall call him Enigma Bill. I got an email from Enigma Bill with a tracking number. It was just a tracking number. No, hi Doug, here's the tracking number, just the number. I followed the tracking number from the northeastern United States across the country to Calgary. The tracking number then said, out for delivery. And I waited, and I watched. Nothing. Then it said, attempted delivery failed. Returning to sender. And I tracked it all the way back across the country to Enigma Bill. I sent a message of concern that he should check the address again I gave him, but not try to send it again. Then followed 2 months of silence. Then in early October, a package arrived in my mailbox with this pen in it. There was no note, just the pen. So I emailed Enigma Bill and told him it had arrived. I received this response. Thank you again, Enigma Bill, for this amazingly generous gift. I haven't inked it up until right now. So I reviewed the pen, it leaked, and that was the end of the story. I kept it stored in my pen binder and used it now and then for comparisons and things like that, but never wrote with it because it leaked. I was always on the lookout for another Phileas that was broken or something like that on eBay that I could steal the section from. And then last fall I received an email from Alan Snowpeck, who is an Inkquiring mind who watches my channel, and he noticed that I had a Phileas with a cracked section, and he wrote me this. I would like to repay you for your sage advice by sending you a bent EF nib unit from a new Phileas I bought years ago that slipped from my hands on first filling and fell down into the carpet and lodged itself into the hardwood floor underneath. Hopefully you can use it to replace the cracked unit on your Phileas, as I had purchased a less dangerous fine nib unit from Waterman and have used it at work daily until I retired 17 years ago. So very generously, Alan sent me a package with a new nib unit. And let's take a look at that right now. I'm going to do a bit of a belated pen resurrection. I've put it in my Waterman Koren box because I think the pen deserves this treatment. And here is my original Phileas that came from Enigma Bob. It's in this beautiful purple color. And here's the nib unit that Alan sent me. Now the nib unit that he sent me is exactly like the one that's on my Phileas, only this one isn't cracked. And here you can see my nib unit with that fine crack down the section that leaks ink. I want to use my nib because here's the nib that Alan sent me that he said had landed in the hardwood floor, and it certainly looks damaged. It's a little bit twisted. I might be able to repair that, but it's the section that I want. So I'm going to pull this nib, and do a nib swap. But first, a little history of the Waterman Phileas. This is from Wikipedia. Waterman Phileas is a series of writing instruments including fountain pens, rollerballs, ballpoints, and pencils produced by the Waterman Pen Company. It is well known because of its good price-quality ratio and is therefore often recommended for novice fountain pen users and collectors. This series is now discontinued. The Waterman Company named this line of writing instruments after the character Phileas Fogg in Around the World in 80 Days by the French novelist Jules Verne. The design reflects an Art Deco look of the 1930s. However, neither the Art Deco movement nor the modern fountain pen existed when Verne penned 80 Days. The fountain pens have a wide two-tone gold-plated steel nib that fans out at the base and tapers to a fine point, decorated with an Art Deco-styled engraving. The gold-plated pen clip carries the Waterman hexagon seal and flows from the top of the cap. The ebony black crown contrasts with the gold-plated ring around the barrel, which resembles an engraved cigar band. There are 3 other bands on the barrel and cap as vestiges of a traditional fountain pen design, which use these rings to limit cracking. In addition to the Phileas, Waterman produced the Culture, which is a less expensive version whose fountain pens have plain steel nibs and is minus a weight-adding brass insert common to the Phileas, but otherwise carry the same design as the Phileas. The Culture is available in a number of transparent demonstrated colors. The fountain pens are supplied with a convertible system for filling either bottled ink or an ink cartridge. They are manufactured in several different colors and nib widths. So the pen was introduced and made by Waterman in Paris in the mid-1990s and then discontinued by the year 2000. Now let's do some nib and section swapping. It's a pull cap, of course. I'm going to take the converter out. I've got a genuine Waterman converter here, but it's a standard international. I'm going to take that out and put the barrel back on. This allows you to get much better grip on the pen when you're trying to pull a nib. So we're going to take some gripper material and I'm going to pinch it along the shoulders here. This is a technique I learned from Brian Goulet of Goulet Pens, and you sort of grip it right there between your thumb and your forefinger. And then you push your knuckles together to get more leverage and give it a pull. And there we have the nib and feed. And the nib has, let's get the nib off of there. There we go. It has that hook kind of system that we've seen from some pilots. The Pilot Metro has a hook in the feed system like this, which I think is very clever. You never worry about aligning the nib here because it just clicks into one place. Now I want to keep this feed, so I'm going to put that back on the pen and keep that feed. And then I'm going to take my section out. This is the one that needs to go. And I'm going to put this back in the pen. This is the extra fine from Allen. And we're going to pull it same way. Knuckles together, pull, and that nib unit can go there. And then we're going to do the reverse. We're going to take this. And it only goes into the section in one way because it's keyed. So you feel around for where it's keyed, right there, and then you give it a push. And it's perfectly aligned. So I have my medium nib in the pen with Allen's section that doesn't leak. And we want to put our converter back in. And then we're going to fill this pen up. And we're going to write with it. And I'll just keep this nib in the broken section. Who knows, I might need to repair that nib and use it in the future. And what better ink to choose than a Jacques Urbain ink? Pen made in France, ink made in France. This is Poussière de Lune, which I always call moon pussy, but it's moon dust in French. And it's in one of those little bottles that has a pen rest on there that you can rest no pen that I know of. So it's completely useless, but the ink is nice. Bottle, not so much. I'll tilt the bottle a little bit and try to see whether I can get it deep enough.
My mother's coming.
That's what she said.
To suck up some ink. And there we go. Let's get some writing done. And here we go with our writing sample. I have a circa, let's call it a 1990, let's call it a 1998 Waterman Phileas. And it has a medium steel number 6 size nib. And let's check the wetness. Nicely wet. Very, very smooth. Very, very nice writer. This is a lovely pen. I can see why people want to collect these. And the ink today is from J. Urbain, or as they say in my pen store here, Jack Herbin. And it's a poussière, an accent grave, de lune, moon dust. It's not a purple that actually matches the pen that much. Might actually put an Edelstein sapphire in this pen. See how that works. And we get out my line width tool from Dominant Industry that I got from Tom Odo, and see what kind of line width we're getting here. And it looks like the thickest line is 0.6 millimeters, which makes it a Western fine. And the pen is so light that it's very nice posted as well. So what are my thoughts about this resurrection? Well, this is the easiest resurrection I've ever done because it was resurrected by someone else. I have to thank the original donor of this pen, Enigma Bill, for sending me the Phileas in the first place a few years ago, and thanks to Alan Snowpeck for providing his section so I could repair the pen and actually use it. I've often thought about this pen because even while it was leaking, I was really enjoying writing with the pen. So I'd always thought about the possibility of getting another one or having this one repaired. So Alan, thank you very much for sending me that section and nib unit for me to restore and bring this Phileas back to life. If only all such pen resurrections were this easy.
What is your favorite color? Blue. Right, off you go. That's easy!
And there you have it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to get instant notifications whenever a new video is posted. And you can join as a member of my channel too for only 99 cents a month, and I guarantee I'll answer your comments in the comments section, and you'll get cool emojis, badges, sneak peek unboxing videos, as well as instant access to my videos the moment I post them. And that just leaves it for me to say thank you for watching, and that's all she wrote.
I made this.